In this part of Module 2, we'll look at the role mass communication plays in forming a common culture. Before mass communication, all culture was local. It was defined by the language, the village customs, and the religion of the people around us. And this was true in America until the 20th century. America's involvement with the First World War exposed hundreds of thousands of Americans to European culture. One of the popular songs of World War I was, "How do you keep them down on the farm after they've seen Paris?" Starting in the 1900s, men and women learned how to act from films, radio, and mass media advertisements. Immigrants, unable to understand English, filled the silent movie houses and learned how to be Americans. But a national American common culture didn't develop until the rise of radio in the 1930s. Radio provided that national common experience for families across America, from the rich to the poor, from one coast to another. The radio was a national campfire telling us stories. In the depths of the Depression, the radio was often the last luxury item a family would give up. It provided news, escape, and a connection to a better world. So how does mass communication influence common culture? It creates shared experiences. As Calvin says, if we don't all watch the same TV, how will we keep our culture homogeneous? It helps define who we are, our place in society, and it helps us understand the world around us. So are we better off with a common culture based on mass media? We'll take a look at this question in more detail later. But foreign countries have, going back to the 1920s, limited the import of American entertainment programs like film and TV shows. They feared that their unique culture would become Americanized. So, are we better off with a common culture based on mass media? As we'll learn later on in this module, the mass media isn't mass anymore. The growth of niche communications has narrowed that common culture. And as the media has become more fragmented, its power to create a national common culture has become weakened, except for one area: advertising. While media may not be mass, advertising still is. And we'll talk more about the impact of advertising in modules 4, 5, and 6. So even with the fragmenting of media into niches, are we still learning common culture from mass media? Have we learned how to be fathers from watching Adam Sandler movies? Have we learned how to be men from Stone Cold Steve Austin? The next part of Module 2 is very important because it asks us to think about our culture and how it fits within the larger cultural world surrounding us.